I read comic books and I was the hero of the comic book. I saw movies and I was the hero in the movie. So every dream that I ever dreamed has come true 100 times.
Just the king of rock and roll, king of rock and roll.
Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, baby.
The best 2 hours of Elvis.
Blue Suede Connection. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, baby. Well, once again, Billboard magazine, they were the Bible of music back in the day. And still are today. They gave their top 15 biggest hits of 1956. And real quickly, number 15, All Shook Up by Elvis Presley. Number 14, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You by Elvis Presley. Number 13, I Almost Lost My Mind, Pat Boone. Number 12, The Great Pretender, The Platters. Number 11, Moonglow by Morris Stoloff. Number 10, Rock and Roll Waltz by K-Star. Number 9, Memories Are Made of This, Dean Martin.
Love Dino.
Number 8, Hound Dog by Elvis Presley. Number 7, K Say Ra by Doris Day. Number 6, The Poor People of Paris by Jess Blackster. Number 5, The Wayward Wind by Kogi Grant. Number 4, My Prayer by The Platters. Number 3, Lisbon Antigua by Nelson Riddle. Number 2, Heartburn Motel by Elvis Presley. And the number 1 song, biggest selling song, biggest hit of 1956 was Don't Be Cruel by Elvis Presley. That's one of my favorite cuts from the Sun stuff.
Yeah, that's really good stuff there.
It's kind of a tie between that one and Mystery Train is my favorite of those Sun recordings.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking 1956, everybody. TL's been kind of sharing with us Elvis's walk through the year of 1956.
Right.
So where did you leave off, and what's happening now?
So we're in May of 1956, and basically May and June of that year, he was just touring. He was in the Midwest of the United States in May and on the West Coast in June. And then in July 1st, Elvis shows up at NBC and appears on the Steve Allen Show.
Okay.
Yep. So there starts that whole controversy.
Yeah.
And then July 2nd, Elvis records Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, and Any Way You Want Me.
All right.
July 31st, 18 days after the release of Hound Dog, it's certified a million seller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a big deal for
Didn't
him.
take long, huh?
September 8th, Elvis gets another Triple Crown Award as Don't Be Cruel tops the sales, jukebox, and disc jockey charts.
Amazing.
All three. September 15th, Don't Be Cruel reaches number 1 on Billboard and stays there for 7 weeks.
Wow, big stuff.
And then September 28th, RCA releases the title song from Elvis's first movie, Love Me Tender. There's advanced sales of that because he performed it live. And it's unparalleled with 856,327 copies
Wow,
pre-ordered before it even comes out.
And you folks got to hear that performance just a little while ago.
I think it's worth talking about this for a minute because there are so many misconceptions.
About Blue Suede Shoes?
Yes. About Blue Suede Shoes. And I think it's very important to say that while Carl Perkins recorded his in 1955 and it was released in January of 56.
And it was very successful for Carl.
It was rivaling Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel. They were swapping number 1 spots on the Billboard.
Right.
It was like every other week. It would be Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel and then Carl Perkins' Blue Suede Shoes. And this went on and on and on until finally Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel ended up kicking Perkins completely down the list.
And everybody else.
Yeah. And it held that spot for like 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. And Carl Perkins ended up eventually sliding off the charts.
Right.
But the rumor is that Carl did not want Elvis to record Blue Suede Shoes and that Elvis had dumped him off the charts by recording his music. And that is so false.
Right.
Number 1, they were very good friends. Number 2, I have gotten this from the horse's mouth because back in the early 90s when I had my own Elvis club, I would go to Memphis. They would have big events for the club presidents, and Carl would show up, and he would perform or he would speak to us. And from his own words, he told the group that he was very excited to have Elvis do his music. And Elvis called him and actually asked permission to do it because his song had finally dumped off the charts.
And RCA was pushing Elvis to do Blue Suede Shoes.
They wanted him to do it much sooner than Elvis wanted to do it because Elvis was telling him, no, my friend's got a really good hit. I want to let his hit have its day, and then we'll talk about it. And only then did he get with Carl. And Carl personally said to all of us in that room, there was nothing more exciting to him than having Elvis do his music.
Right. So he gave Elvis his blessings and
he
said,
gave
please.
him his blessings, and he said, yeah, go for it. He
And
had his day, so...
Well, top10s.com picked the 10 best 50s rock and roll songs. So this isn't just 56, but it is the 50s. So you can judge for yourself. Do you agree? Do you disagree right here? This is top10s.com. And once again, if you don't like it, don't be mad at me. You just write to top10s.com. Number 10, they say Tutti Frutti by Little Richard. Number 9, Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line. Number 8, Good Golly Miss Molly, Little Richard once again. Number 7, Great Balls of Fire by The Killer, Jerry Lee Lewis. Number 6, That'll Be the Day by Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Number 5, a song called Hound Dog by Elvin Pelvin. Number 4, Rock Around the Clock, Bill Haley and the Comets. Number 3, Johnny Be Good by Mr. Chuck Berry. Number 2, Heartbreak Hotel by the Hillbilly Cat once again. And they say the greatest 50s rock and roll song was Jailhouse Rock by Elvis Presley. Now, see, now would be a perfect time to go into Jailhouse Rock. But I can't do it because that was 1957. So you got to stick with 1956. So here's a great tune from 1956. It's called Paralyzed.
I've been getting some pretty bad publicity lately, especially after the Melton Burrow show. I got quite a bit of bad publicity with my actions on the stage.
I'll tell you one thing, Elvis Presley. We have 50,000 watts, and you'll never hear anything other than Elvis Presley is a very fine person here. We have been playing your records for a long time.
Well, thank you very much. I've been listening to your station for the past couple of days ever since I've been down here, and I can say that, and I certainly appreciate it a lot because if there wasn't somebody on my side, I'd be lost.
Well, we're on his side, huh?
Absolutely.
Definitely. So I'm glad that guy helped him out there and kind of encouraged him a little bit because that performance, once again, is the one that really got him in trouble. I think the next day, all the ads come out in the newspapers. Elvis, a wiggling freak on stage and
burlesque. They were calling it burlesque. Yeah.
A strip that I saw one that said they never saw a grown man make love to a microphone on the TV before. So.
Right.
And the thing is, all he was doing, he wasn't doing it to be vulgar. Elvis was just having fun, feeling music. That's what he did.
Right.
He was basically a music instrument.
Yeah.
Set to music. I mean, his body was just set to music, and he couldn't stand still. You'll hear that a little bit later. There's a little thing where they ask him about his wiggling on stage, and he says, I just can't not do it. It's just part of me, which was all part of Elvis. All part of that Elvis mystique back in the day, huh?
Exactly.
He created controversy, not even trying to. But the thing is with Elvis, though, and I think you'll agree, is when he realized it did create a little something, he knew to play off of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, he was by far not stupid.
Right. He knew what to do.
And I think the Colonel also helped him with that.
Right.
Because there is a story where Elvis says he didn't realize how what his legs were really doing.
Right.
And when he come off stage, Colonel said, boy, get back on there and do some more of that.
There you go. We're talking 1956, and we're talking Elvis, of course. And, you know, Elvis probably watched all these shows because he had 3 or 4 televisions in his house, even in the 50s. Didn't wait till the 70s to do that.
Yeah.
He had tons of TVs. The top shows of the day, though, were I Love Lucy, The Ed Sullivan Show, which you heard a little bit about earlier, The $64,000 Question, December Bride, Alfred Hitchcock Presents,
Yes.
I've Got a Secret, Gunsmoke, Hot Diggity Dog Diggity, The Perry Como Show, and The Jack Benny Show.
Love that.
They were the big shows of the day.
Yeah, nice. I really loved I Love Lucy.
I know you did.
I still love I Love Lucy.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
We watched Lucy and Andy from time to time in our house. They will forever live on television because they were classics. So you've been covering everything Elvis did. You've been following his tracks through 1956.
That's right. We're in October. October 19th, Elvis releases his second LP, simply titled Elvis. November 16th, Love Me Tender premieres at the Paramount Theater in New York City. We've all seen clips of that.
Yeah.
Really amazing. December 4th, $1 Million Quartet jam session there in Memphis. It just kind of happens.
Right.
December 29th, Elvis makes chart history again by having 10 songs on Billboard's Top 100 for the weeks ending December 19th.
There you go. Well, you mentioned the $1 Million Quartet and how it happened. The way I understand it is Carl Perkins and the boys were there to record some stuff. They needed a piano. So Carl called in a young fellow named Jerry Lee Lewis that was new to the label and brought him in, and they met and introduced each other. And then Johnny Cash just happened to be wandering by because he was just starting to record there. And, of course, Elvis was back taking a little rest and relaxation, went back home to Memphis to hang out. And, of course, Elvis, a loyal guy, wanted to go back and see his old friend at Sun.
Right.
And Elvis stopped in, and hence there you have the $1 Million Quartet. And Sam was at least smart enough to put him in the room there at the piano and have him play around a little bit.
He was smart enough to turn on the tape deck.
Right. Hey TL, I think Elvis fans are starting to catch on to Blue Suede Connection.
What's not to love, Daniel? 2 hours of great Elvis music, lots of fun. It's our own private party.
And we want everybody to be part of the party. Hear all the hits, rare cuts, and lots of surprises too. We are your Blue Suede Connection. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.